This conference will now be recorded.
So today let's configure the base price into the system and let's determine the price into the sales document and see how actually the price will get into the sales document, right? So let me get into the system and do the configuration. Okay, so how do we start the configuration for this particular pricing? So either you can go through the menu path, that is SPRO and IMG, sales and distribution, and then you can see basic functions. So whatever we'll be discussing from today, end of the training, everything will be under the basic functions. All determination comes under the basic functions. So pricing. So get to the here pricing control, and under the pricing control you can see condition table, condition type, access sequence, procedure, everything you can see it here, right? Either you can navigate through menu path like this, or we have the T codes to maintain each step of condition technique. These pricing T codes are little important. You can remember them, memorize them. See, condition table. The first step is condition table, that is V slash 03. Second step, access sequence V slash 07. Condition type V slash 06. Pricing procedure V slash 08. Pricing procedure determination, that is OVKK. OVKK. So this is what as a consultant we do, and the user would be maintaining the condition record with a T code called as VK11. That is for condition record. So these are the T codes to maintain the condition technique. So first let's go to the condition table. What is cross client? Anyone? What is cross client?
Configuration that will auto update in every client within a server.
Right. So which updates in the other server? That means all workbench requests are cross client. See, in SD also we have one or two cross client configurations. What are they? Condition table and access sequence. Condition table and access sequence are cross client configurations. So in the interview they ask you, do we have any cross client configurations in SD? Yes. That is condition table and access sequence. So let us go to the T code, go through the T code. So that is V slash 03, V slash 03, that is condition table. So condition table, this field, you have already some table. See, SAP has already provided you some standard tables, okay, like say customer and material. Like this, SAP has provided lots of tables, okay. If you want to create your own table for your client's business, if you want to create a table, the table number should be 501 to 999. Anything below 1 to 500 is SAP system reserved. SAP has already provided the tables with these combinations up to 500. Any new table to be generated, that number should be only from 501 to 999. Okay. Let's see if I give anything like say 499. If I put 499, system throws an error saying that enter a table between 501 and 999. So any table user defined should be between this range. Okay, so SAP has given some standard tables. The tables are reusable. Okay, it is reusable, so you don't need to create a table for every scenario. If a table is already existing with your requirement, that means my scenario is customer and material. So I already have a table 005, that means 5. So I don't need to create again a table for this. I can use this table for my business scenario. I don't need to create a new table, right? So like this, SAP has given you the tables. If you want to create, you can create a new table, right? So let us create a table. So I'll take some name that is okay, 746. It's already taken. Okay, 831. Okay, so I want to create a table with a name called as 8. Can you mute someone? There's a background noise. Okay, okay. Yeah. So 831 is the table what I want to create. In this table, now we need to place fields. What is the table which we learned in the last session? Table is combination of fields, right? So let us put fields in this table. So how do we put that fields into this table? That is, if you see here, you have something called as selected fields. And on the right side, you have field catalog. What do you mean by catalog in general standard? Anyone? What do you mean by catalog? It's a collection of objects, right? That means you can choose out of that, right? That means whatever the fields you want, it's there in the catalog. You choose it, that particular selected field will come here into the left side. So just scroll down. That for that you can use these buttons. Please place cursor here somewhere and click this down arrow or up arrow, right? So I want to create a table with customer and material field. Okay, with a customer and material field. But you see there are two fields called as customer, country. So if any time you are confused which to choose, because both have the same description, which to choose, then what you do? You place the cursor on that particular field and click on this field called as field attributes. Click on this field attributes. So what is the field name for customer? Kunar. Yes, this is what I want, right? So the other field is HIENR for the customer hierarchy. This is this not this, right? We want Kunar, KUNNR. So just double click on the first one. You see the field name has been added onto the left, and even you can see here. So what are the fields will be added onto the left selected fields? That fields will be seen here. And my next field I want is material. So I'll go for M alphabet. Yeah, material, right? Just double click on the material. So it will be coming here, right? So what is the field combination I am taking now for this table 831? Customer and material. Okay, see, are these only fields available in SD module? You see how many fields we have? That's it, done. So are these only fields available in SAP? No, there are tons of fields, right? But why there are only few fields? Okay, I want to add a new field called as customer classification. Let's see whether we have customer classification or not. So CO, do we have anything called as customer classification here? No, right? That means a lot of fields are missing here. Okay, first, how the fields are coming here? Who has put this all fields into the field catalog? If I want a new field, then how should I get here? How should I get that? So from where these all fields are coming? These fields are coming from a concept called as allowed fields. Okay, it's coming from allowed fields. You can go through the menu path which I showed earlier. In the condition table, you will see allowed fields, or else you can directly navigate to a T code called as OV24. Okay, OV24. So go to OV24. You see system says table is a cross client. Table access sequence or cross client. OV24. You see here, these are the fields. Field catalog. What do you mean by catalog? In the catalog, you have all the items to be selected. That means, see, you have tons of fields. Let me search for a field called as customer classification, which is field name Kukla. Kukla is the field name for customer classification. Do we have Kukla? No, we don't have Kukla. I want to insert Kukla here. See, whatever the fields you are seeing in OV24 here in this screen, only those fields you will be seeing here again in the field catalog. If there is no field in OV24, that means that that field will not be even here. If you want to add a new field here, that means if you want to see something new field here, like say what I just told you, customer classification, Kukla, you cannot directly put here. First, you need to put into the field catalog. Once you put into field catalog, then by default it will come into the field what is that? Field catalog, right? So let us try to add new entries, and the field I want to add is Kukla. But will system allow you to add? No, system will throw an error. You cannot directly insert a field here. That you need to do through the appending ABAP dictionary. So if you, I don't know whether you have gone through them or not. So the documents, what I shared, you have the config documents, right? In the config documents, the first file is adding new field. How to add a new field. Go through this document, you will be knowing technically how to add a new field in the SMOD. Okay, for this you need to append the structure. You cannot directly insert a field. Okay, so just go through this, then you will be knowing how to add a new field, right? So that's how the fields will come into the field catalog. From where it will come? It will come from the allowed fields. It will come from the allowed fields, which is OV24. So once you get the fields, whatever you want under the table, you see here, we have the fields in the table. Now you can click on generate button. That means you want to create this new table, user defined with customer and material. When I generate this, let's see what system says. So system tells you that with the same field combination, there is already table existing with the number 517. You see, table 517 is already defined with the same fields. As I told you, we have limited tables, right? That is 501 to 999. So it's better you don't create a new table if there is already existing. Now I don't need to create a table. I can just go and use 517 because it's having the same field combination. Got the point? So don't create any new table unless you really need it, if it's not there in the standard. If it is there in the standard, just go ahead with that, right? So it's already existing. But let me generate it because I want to show you something here. Let me press enter. This is a warning message. You can ignore it. You can ignore it and proceed, and you can create your own table. Okay. So we just discussed that condition table is a cross client. When it is a cross client, can I save it in customizing request? Is it possible? Anyone? Cross client configurations.
It will be in the workbench request, right?
Right. It should be in workbench, but as a functional, can I save it in workbench? Not
No.
possible. Right.
No.
So for that, what you need to do, that is, okay, I want to generate the table. The system will give you an option what you want to do. As we cannot save that in a workbench request, system gives you two options. One is you either save it in package or local object. Package or local object. So what is the difference between the package and local object? See, if you save something in local object, there will not be any TR number generated. If there is no TR number, you cannot transport this configuration from one server to other server. Got the point? If it is in local object, there is no TR number generated. If you want to transport this configuration one server to other server, then save it in package. Packages will be provided by your basis consultant. Okay, as per his content, he will tell you, okay, save in this package, so it will allow me to transfer from one server to other server. Okay, you have two options. One is in package or one is in local object. Okay, let's say at this moment I don't have any requirement of transport, so I saved in local object, but later I got a requirement to transport it. Then how to do it? That means even though you save some configuration in local object, later you can move it to package. You can move it to package and save it, so that there will be a TR number generated. Pass on the TR number to basis, he will be able to transfer it, right? So this is what how you need to save this condition table and everything. Okay, so let's assume that we have created a table that is 831, right? Just we created a table. Now we need to put the tables into the access sequence. So what is the T code for access sequence? V slash
/08.
07.
7.
V slash 07. You see, access sequence is also cross client. V slash 07. So here we are discussing only about base price today. Okay, we are not discussing about all the pricing structure. We are discussing only about the base price. First, let's get the price into the sales document and see how the process. Okay, so for base price, there is already a access sequence provided by the system, that is PR00. A standard PR001, sorry, PR00 SAP has provided, but I don't want to go with this. I want to take my own. So let me go for new entries, and I'll create something called as ZR00. ZR00 is my access sequence. There is Galaxy access sequence for the base price, ZR00. Select this and click on accesses. Click on accesses. Here, system will allow you to place the tables into this access sequence. That's what we learned, right? First, we need to create a table with a field combination. Then we need to place the tables into the access sequence. What is the logic in placing the tables into access sequence? Anyone? What logic you should follow?
Most specific to most general.
Right?
General.
From most specific to most general, right? So now click on new entries. Now system have an option here. We can put tables into here. So first serial number 10 and table number. See, I'll go with the standard tables, which is already there in the system. So I'll give 4 and 20. That is 5. That means I want material and material customer material, right? I placed my tables here. So one new update in the S/4HANA from this screen is, see, you see this serial number. This serial number here in the ECC is only 2-digit, 99. That's it. You cannot enter triple digit here. Serial number you cannot have triple digit. But in S/4HANA they made it triple digit. That means you can enter up to 3-digit, 999. Okay, that is one update in S/4HANA coming to access sequence pricing. That is, the field has been enhanced to one more digit. Okay, so I placed my tables here. So is this placement correct? Anyone? Is the placement correct? No, right?
No,
Because
no.
it is not specific to not general, right? This is most general and this is most specific. So I need to put it 5 here because always customer comes first, then 4. Now this is correct. Customer material and material, right? So okay, let me delete this. If not, it later will throw an error. Okay, no problem. Let's do it later, right? So yeah, so once you put the tables here, you see on the right side the exclusive indicator. This has to be mandatorily activated. Okay, this has to be mandatorily activated. What is the purpose of exclusive indicator? Anyone? What is the purpose?
To activate the
Don't search all out for meeting the requirement.
Right. So if it finds a valid condition record, it will just comes out, right? It will comes out of the search strategy. It will not proceed, right? So activate this. Then we need to do the field assignment. So select this and click on fields here on the left side. System will throw a warning. Don't worry. System will throw. It's only a warning, right? Just enter, enter, enter. Right now, come back. So field assignment has been done. You cannot change this field table now. You see, it's grayed out. I cannot change 5, but I still have an option to change this particular 4. Right? Once field assignment is done, you cannot change the table. So again, let's do the field assignment even for this. Enter, enter, double time enter, and come back. So field assignment is done. Just click on the save. Right? Just save it. You see, workbench request. This is not a customizing request, right? So we have created our access sequence, placing tables into the access sequence, and ZR00 is my Galaxy Galaxy access sequence. Now let's go to the third step. What is the third step in condition technique? Anyone?
Condition
What is
type.
the third step?
Condition type.
Condition type. So how to access condition type? That is v/06. v/06. So there is a base price condition type already available for this. What is the base price condition type? That is PR00. Almost access sequence name and condition type names will be same, 99% same. So PR00, a base price condition, is already available with lots of functionality. This will take 2 sessions or 3 sessions for us. That we'll discuss later. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to copy this base price condition type and create a new price. You also do the same thing. Don't work on the standard. Copy it. And what name I want to give? I want to give ZR00. ZR00 is already taken. So I will enter ZR00. Okay, ZR00 is available. And here we assign the access sequence to the condition type. What is my access sequence? That is ZR00. Right? My condition type is ZR00 and my access sequence ZR00. That's I assign. You see, this is the assignment between. Now save it.
Praveen, can I have a question?
Yeah.
You said that we cannot save in workbench request. While we were creating table, we saved in local object, but while we were doing it for access sequence, there was workbench request and we were able to save it, right?
It was it was already existing tables and fields, so that's the reason system allowed. If something you create new, then you cannot save it. This 4 and 5 table are already existing. They are not they are already there in the system.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you.
That's the reason system allowed.
Praveen, one more question.
Yeah.
We create table 831, but on access sequence, you put the 4 and 5.
No, I just to show you, I have taken 831. I don't want to create that because we already have the same combination of tables, as I told you. So to make you understand how to create a table, I have taken 831 scenario. But for access sequence, I just put the standard tables which is available with SAP. That is 4 and 5.
Okay,
Both are savable. Okay. So we assigned access sequence to condition type here and we saved it. So done. Now we need to place this condition type into the procedure. So what is the logic in placing these condition types into procedure? And what is the T code? V/08. V/08 is the T code. And the logic in placing these condition types into procedure is it should be in a sequence. So there is already a SAP standard pricing procedure which is provided, that is RVAA01. This is the standard pricing procedure which SAP has provided. But let us not go with that. Let us create our own pricing procedure. That is, I'll create one new pricing procedure. ZV double A. This is already there, I guess. Yeah, ZV0001 already there. What should I take? Yeah, that's an issue here. ZV 0001. Some random name I'm taking because this is a training system, right? Name availability is a very big issue. So I'll take something called as ZV 0001. Please, you also remember, if I forget, at least we can retrieve it. Okay, ZV 0001 is my Galaxy procedure. So in this procedure, now let us go and click on the control on the left side and go to new entries. So in this procedure, ZV 0001, we are placing our condition type called as ZR00.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, not counter, condition type. ZR00. Right. This is my base price condition type. Just you don't need to do anything else except a routine called as 2. Right. So like don't worry what I'm doing in this in V/08 because this itself is a one session. Whatever you're seeing now the screen, this itself is a one question, one session, and at least one question you will face in the interview from this screen. Simple. One question for sure, no doubt in the interview from this screen. Okay. So now let's save it. So we have done our condition type placed into the procedure, right? 4 steps has been done. Last step is 5th step, that is pricing procedure determination. That means how this pricing procedure should come into sales document, that is basing upon some parameters. OVKK. OVKK is the transaction for this. And what are the parameters you would be using here? The parameters are customer pricing procedure. Sorry. So with what combination we maintain? See, you remember, did we discuss any time about customer pricing procedure or document pricing procedure? Where we discussed it? Anyone?
Customer
When
pricing.
we created
Yes, Praveen.
customer master and
Customer.
Right? Customer pricing procedure in the customer master sales area data sales tab.
sales.
Document pricing procedure in the Vivo V8. And at that time, if you remember, I told you that they are one of the parameters to determine pricing procedure. So with what combination we may maintain? With the sales area plus document pricing procedure plus customer pricing procedure. These all are parameters which will decide what pricing procedure should come into the sales document. So I'll go with the stand 1010 and 00 A and 1. Document pricing procedure is A standard and customer pricing procedure 1 is standard. So I'll replace this. Now we created ZV0001, right? Yeah, ZV001. This is my procedure. Let's save it. This is the fifth step. And see, this step you don't repeat every time. This is only once. Only once you do it with the combination of your sales area, document pricing procedure, and customer pricing procedure. So customer pricing procedure will tell system that whether it's a domestic customer or foreign customer. If it is one means domestic customer, I want this procedure and the price is different. If a foreign customer, it is 2 and I want different procedure to come into system with a different price, right? So that's how the pricing procedure. This fifth step, whatever is the OVKK pricing procedure determination, we don't repeat every time we do condition technique. Only for the first time we do it and leave it. Okay. And if it is a training system, if you are facing some error, cross check it because someone else might have deleted this and they have put their own, like as I just did now. I deleted something else and I have put mine, right? Like that they may have done with your procedure, your combination. So if you are facing some error, just check, cross check, right? So these are the 5 steps. Now user has to maintain condition record. So what is the T code for condition record? VK11. VK11. And what is the condition type we created? What is our condition type?
ZR
ZR00.
ZROO.
00. Oh, yeah.
Okay, ZROO. You see here, system automatically picked the 2 tables called as customer material and material. How they are coming here? That is, you placed these tables into the access sequence, right? ZPRO or something, which whatever we created, ZROO, I guess, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
this access sequence we assigned to our condition type. That means when I enter the condition type here, system is going to the access sequence, and from there system is picking the tables because we need to maintain condition record for the table. In the table itself, we save the data, right? So system is picking. Now you choose what should be the price. Okay, first let us maintain material price, irrespective of customer. Okay, irrespective of customer, any customer under this particular sales org and distribution channel, if they are buying this material called as 100 200, I want the customer to pay 1500 euros for one piece. One piece is 1500 euros for 100 200 material, irrespective of any customer. This is the material selling price. Save it. Now let's create an order. VS01 and OR and 100 200 is my material. For one material, what is the price system should pick?
1500.
1500. You see, system has picked the $1500 or euros, whatever it is. So in the sales order, you can have the price checked at the customer level. If I go for at the header data, you can see conditions. ZROO is my condition type. Yes, it has determined. If customer is buying one piece, what is the price it should take? 1500. Yes, it is determined. At the item level also, let us check. Go to the item level and double click. Okay, just a moment. System has taken a material determination. Our material should be 100 200, right? Yeah, select this and double click and conditions. So don't worry about this item category because it's taking from a different concept called as material determination. In other batch, I was discussing it, so the configuration is picking a different item category. If not, this should be 10, right? So you can see here ZR00 for material 100, 200, system is picking 1500 per piece. Perfect, right? Price has been determined into sales document. But we also have one more option, right? Customer material combination. That means /n VK11. Now what I want to do is, if this customer buys this material, I want to give it for a different price. So what price? If this customer, see whatever the record I'm maintaining here, that is only for this customer applicable. 100 to 100. If this customer is buying this material, I want to give it for 1000 euros.
Praveen, this distribution channel was not there in our table. Why then this record is distribution channel specific?
So any sales should be happen under sales line. If you do a sale, it should be under sales line. You don't need to specifically mention it.
Okay.
They are default. Because so let's say if you want to maintain a price for a material, under what you will maintain, right? So these two fields will be by default. Whatever you can select among any of these fields, right? So we have mentioned saying that if this 1000 customer is buying this 100 200 material, we want to give it for only 1000, not 1500. So now let's create an order. VA01 and 100 200. You see, system picked only 1000. The same material, that is 100 200. Don't confuse between this 10 and 11 line item. Our line item is 100 200. You see, same material 100 200, one piece. Earlier system for same customer, earlier system has taken 1500, but now it has taken 1000. From where it's coming? It's coming from the condition record, right? So this is how the price will get determined into sales document. So in the interviews, sometimes they may ask you, so user is complaining saying that there is some issue with the pricing. So whenever there is some issue with the pricing in a sales order, as a consultant, what you do? You do pricing analysis. So how do you do? So how do you do this particular pricing analysis? So you do pricing analysis by clicking on the line item and going to the conditions. You see something called as analysis. You click this, then system will show you what is our procedure, pricing procedure. Anyone?
ZV001.
Right? So you can see the procedure here, ZV0001, that is correct. Under that, what is our condition type? ZR00, that is correct. Under this ZR00, what access sequence we put? We have put ZR00, ZR00. In the ZR00, what tables we have put? Customer material and material. So you see, when I click on the first table, system says condition record found. But if I click on the second table, that is material, system says access has not been executed. Why system is saying access has not been executed? Here you can read. The exclusive indicator has been activated in the access sequence, so that as we have already found a condition, no search has been taken in the second place. That means we discussed, right? If you activate exclusive, what happens? In the first instance, the system finds condition record. System will not go to the second access because of the exclusive. That's what it is saying here, right? So this is how the price will come into the sales document. Clear, everyone? Any question on this? Is it easy or tough?
Yes. Easy.
Right? It's pretty easy when I do it, but when you do it, it's not that easy. Okay? So it is not that simple as I did it, because I know what I'm doing and I know if there is some mistake where to go and fix it. So that's the reason it's pretty easy for me. Like a movie, I showed you everything, but when you start practicing, it's not that easy. Really, it's not that easy. So watch the video once, twice, get used to the steps, screens, and then start it. Okay, because this is the same thing. This step, whatever we have done now, we will repeat 100 times. 100 times. We need to place other discounts. We need to place surcharges. We need to place taxes. There are a lot of other condition types. The same process. That means once you know these particular steps of 6 steps of condition technique, everything is cakewalk, because this is the same thing we do. Only the thing is condition types will be changing and values will be changing. The process is same, right? So it is not even that tough or that hard, but you might be facing some errors, some typo errors. So just practice it. It will be very easy. Now let me put one question. How price determines into sales document? Anyone? Very important interview question. How price comes into sales document? Anyone?
Pricing procedure.
System process.
Pricing procedure is a determination.
That is system. I'm asking about system process, not what we do as a consultant. Okay. How system picks the price into sales document? So condition technique. What do you know about condition technique? What are the steps of condition technique? How you configure them? Anyone? Condition table. Second, access
sequence.
Third, condition type. Fourth, pricing
procedure.
Fifth is pricing procedure determination. And the sixth one is VK11, that is condition recorded by the user. That means we are configuring condition technique this way. But will system follow the same steps? To determine the price into sales document, will system take the same steps? No, system will not follow the same steps. Okay, system will come in reverse. You see, if I click on analysis, system is not showing the table here. System is first showing you the procedure, then condition type, then access sequence, then condition record, right? So how system determines price into the sales document? Let me show you. Okay. So how system determines price into sales document? That is, system follows this method. It will not follow what you configured. So first we create an order. How do I create an order all the time? We enter, when we go to VS01, we enter document type, then we enter sales area, right? So once we enter the sales, what is OVKK? Sales area plus document pricing procedure comes from VOV8, and customer pricing procedure comes from the sold to party, whatever you enter in the sales document, right? For this combination in the OVKK, what procedures we are assigned, system will pick that first. This is OVKK. System comes in the reverse. First, system will find the procedure. Then in the procedure, system will check what condition type we assign. What I just shown you in the system. What I just shown you in the system. So system will come here and check V/08. In the V/08, this is a condition type maintained. Okay, for this condition type, what access sequence assigned? That system will check V/06 for the condition type, what procedure. Then next, system will go to access sequence V/07, what tables you placed in it. Then V/03, that is the table, and for that table, what price you maintained using VK11 condition record. This price system will get into the sales order. Got the point? How system will get the price into sales document? We configure it in one way, system will take it in the other way. Okay, so that's how the price come into sales document. This is base price. So tomorrow we'll be discussing about discount, surcharge, tax. Everything we'll finish it in one session tomorrow. So we'll have one complete structure of pricing in the system. So later we can apply some scenarios. So from pricing concept onwards in the study material, you will find the complete configuration by step, field by field. Until now, you don't have configurations in the study material because it will go to some 1,000 pages. That's the reason I don't want to do it. But from this step onwards, that means from pricing concept onwards, you see everywhere you will see the configuration step by step with screenshots. With the screenshots, you will see configuration. And from pricing concept onwards, you will be seeing answers also for interview questions. Until pricing concepts, you don't have answers for interview questions, but you will see answers for every topic. Every topic you will see answers. Okay, just excuse me a moment, just a moment. Yeah, so go ahead. Any questions?
Yes, Praveen.
Go ahead.
Praveen, in item category WKN,
Hmm.
there were fields value contract material and contract release control.
Hmm.
In value contract material, you said that we need to maintain the material for which we are creating the value contract.
Yeah,
But in contract, there can be more than one material.
this is value contract specific, not general. Value contract, we have two
Okay.
scenarios: value contract general, value contract material specific. Value contract general
Okay.
means you need to create an assortment module and you need to place what all the materials customer is eligible to buy.
So this
Okay.
field is only for value contract specific.
Yes, material specific, only particular material. Okay.
Okay, Praveen. Okay, and one more thing, Praveen.
Yeah.
There was this field in a document type, alternate sales document type.
Yes.
I was giving an alternate document quotation.
Hmm.
I copied GQT and I was giving it there. It was not taking. Actually, in the drop down or pop up, it was not visible. And if I manually enter it, it was saying that is not this document type is not possible to be given as alt.
Yeah, I hope you remember I told you at that time I haven't touched or I never worked on that particular two fields. That's the reason I told only the concept how it works, but I haven't touched it because I don't know how that works. Okay, can you
So
hear me?
should I leave it?
You cannot leave it also because a very recent 15 days back that was a question in the interview. Okay, so
Okay.
whatever I told you can do the same thing to them. They'll not be asking you how do you do this and this all things they don't ask.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
very rare
And
scenario can
Praveen,
we do it, but that was one question in 15 days back interview.
actually, what I observed there, Praveen, in the pop-up only document categories for like we have opened an order. Then in that pop-up, only those document types were visible who have the same document category C.
Yes, absolutely. Document category should be same. No, not document category.
That was what actually I observed. I don't know. Number ranges should
Number.
be same, you told,
Yes, number
but
ranges should be same.
the documents that were available there by default were having same document category.
Okay.
Might be.
Let me do one thing. Let me try it and update you then because it was pending, long pending. Even never I put any effort on that, how it works. Just give me a week. Let me try and come back to you on that.
And Praveen, I have some questions from this document type, those practice questions, and they are quite more. So should I give you a mail or should I ask here itself?
Do one thing, email me so that it will be a reference for everyone. Okay, I'll share that with everyone and we can discuss in the next session.
Okay, Praveen. And Praveen, just one more question more. I am not able to do that pro forma billing for FD or SDR.
Pro forma billing for?
Free of charge delivery and subsequent delivery free of charge.
Okay. So what was it?
Actually, it was not executing. Like when I opened billing, it was not being executed.
Okay, do one thing. Wait for another another 2 classes. After pricing, we'll be discussing revenue account determination. At that time, you'll get the clarity.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay, Praveen. Praveen, you haven't shared the video, or you have shared, I have not got it. That last class
I
pricing
did
video.
not share, I guess. I'll do it right away now.
Please do, because now it
Yeah,
is quite needed.
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, Praveen.
Anyone
And I
else?
will mail
Any
you the
questions?
questions.
Yeah, yeah, make it. you can mail it. Yeah, any other questions? Anyone?
And Praveen,
So that, yeah,
still now I didn't got that Capgemini document.
do you not have that?
Yeah,
Okay.
and sketch DO and advanced topic.
Okay, send me an email. I'll attach to that and revert to you.
Sure, Praveen. Thanks.
Yeah. So we'll call it a day today and catch up tomorrow. I'll upload the videos within 1 hour. You can just go through them. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the other pricing elements, and let's finish off and have a pricing structure in the sales document. Okay. See you all and catch up tomorrow. Bye-bye.